So Hegseth and Rubio and CIA Director Ratcliffe, General Kane, who's the chairman of Joint Chiefs of Staff, all of them got together and briefed the Gang of Eight, which is the top two Senate Republican Democrat, top two House Republican Democrat, and top two in the Intelligence Committee for both the Senate and the House, uh, top four. And the only person who missed out was Mike Johnson. He was the only one of the Gang of Eight who wasn't there because if he's there, then he can't use the "I don't know" answer that he gives to every fucking question, right? So all of these guys went in there and they basically just turned this whole story into more spaghetti today when they briefed these folks. Again, they would not say, Hegseth wouldn't say if he was going to turn over the second video or not. And he was questioned, like, why have you turned over like every other video and bragged about it on social media all these times, and now you don't want to turn over this one? What's going on? And we have found out that obviously that was the second strike of four. And there's been even more confusion about what is going on with Bradley last week. Bradley was the JSOC commander who said he didn't hear the kill order, but then admitted that he had a target list and he was supposed to kill all these terrorists, these narco terrorists who were on this target list that Hegseth had given him. And he was supposed to kill all these people, right? Well, then what happened on October 17th? If they're all on this list and you know who they are, on October 17th, there were two survivors, one from Colombia, one from Ecuador, and we sent them home. Like they were survivors and we sent them home a month and a half after we killed survivors on September 2nd. So more questions there. And it looks like Bradley is going to brief the entire House Armed Services Committee next week or later this week, I believe. And so there'll be more chances for them to screw up the story there uh, because it's just none of it is coming together. In a good note, um, Admiral Halsey, who was U.S. Southcom commander at the time of the incident and decided to step down in October, he's still officially in the role, but he'll leave at the end of December. He was on a video call. He did a classified video call with lawmakers, and there's more to come out of that. Didn't didn't really get into the details of why he left. He said it was for personal reasons, but there's still a lot of questions that they have, and he may be more forthcoming when he gets out in January, beginning in January, because this story is not going to stop. It's going to go on for a while. So that's good that they're already starting to talk to him and work with him on that. Another bit of confusion was when they admitted that the ship was going south and it was actually headed towards a vessel from Suriname, which is nowhere near the United States. So this whole, hey, it was headed to Mexico or headed to the United States with fentanyl. Venezuela does not make fentanyl; it comes from China, but they were headed to the United States. There was no possible way they could reach it without like 20 additional stops to get there. But all those stories are like falling apart now as more information comes out. And it'll be very interesting to see the more that they get in front of people, the worse it gets with all of these things for the Democrats and the Republicans who are pressing for answers. Some folks, like I've said before, like the Tom Cotton guys, they were just the biggest dipshits in the world. They will go to the end with this and then suddenly turtle and disappear when it gets too bad. But they'll go and support this, just for shits and giggles and to get their name up because he's running for reelection, Arkansas, next year. So please do something about that. But yeah, the more they talk about it, the worse it gets. So expect another briefing from Bradley to the House Armed Services Committee where more people can hear what they have to say and ask questions. Halsey will be coming back for sure. The pressure on Hegseth is not done. As I mentioned earlier, that now they've cut a bunch of his budget for travel, like a quarter of his budget for travel. That is actually part of the defense budget until he produces that video, which is like the one video he doesn't want to show anybody. So, yeah, just something to be aware of. And I'll keep an eye out for more information as it comes down the pipe, about Venezuela and what they're doing and this, and then also the War Powers Resolutions Act, which they're going to try to have a vote on this week to see if Trump even has the ability to go to war with Venezuela. So there's more Republican support for that now that the pressure is on. So we'll see where that goes. Okay, thanks.